What up, everybody? Amir Rahimi here, owner of Rappin and Snackin, episode 4 of the Collector's Corner. I'm trying to catch up with myself, man. I have just so much stuff that I picked up, and I've kind of been lagging on the videos, so these are kind of from, I'd say, because I know I picked up a lot of these around Black Friday, so that's towards the end of November, right around Thanksgiving. And I think some of these also seeped into December as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get into these pickups. I already separated them out of the bag. I got vinyl, tapes, CDs, and 45s as well. So first I'm going to get into the LPs. First one I got, Vinny Paz, The Pain Collector. This is actually his latest solo album. And this I got from his website. He was having a Black Friday deal. And I believe it was half off his website, so I picked this one up. Boom, I was happy to finally pick this one up, Vinny Paz. Next up, this is from Amoeba Records. I got this for $9.99. This is T.I. vs. T.I.P. And as a few of you already know, I recently got into T.I. again. He was actually the first rap artist CD that I bought. So I'm kind of diving back into his catalog. I heard a bunch of his singles throughout the years as they were popping on radio and just wherever they were, music videos. But I've never really heard his full albums until, well, except for Urban Legend when I bought that. But it's now more recent, taking a deep dive into his catalog. So it's for $9.99, and since I'm now buying all this stuff again, I figured, why not add that to the cart? So that was from Amoeba. Another Amoeba pickup, also from T.I., same day. This was actually $24.99. Coincidentally, I actually bought this like a day or two or three before the Urban Legend 15-year anniversary. And I had to pick this up because I just bought Urban Legend, the CD, just a few weeks prior to that. And I was like, you know what, I need to pick this up too. It was just like excellent timing. And here we are. And this price is actually for $24.99. It's about the median price on Discogs. It's around like $28 or so. Very clean copy, so I was happy to pick this one up, man. This is I know when I put this one back in, it's gonna be a lot of nostalgia, and I'm probably gonna bump that one this upcoming week. This is the Professionals, Madlib and Oh No. So this, I believe this is actually coming out in January of 2020. So now I'm recording this in 2020. So I got this, I believe, mid-December or so. And it also came with 45, which I'll show later in the video. So I'm going to be patient, wait for the CD to drop before listening to this, because it hasn't officially released, and I want to be able to talk to a few people about it as well before, or as I'm listening to it. So I'm excited to peep this one out too. I haven't heard anything from this yet. I'm just going to be patient, wait for the official release date, which I believe is January this year, which is interesting because I feel like nowadays pre-orders, they say it's a pre-order, but they wait till after it's released to ship it to you, and you usually get it like 3 months later. This is actually a pre-order. You ordered it before the release date, and you got it before the release date. So big shout out to Madlib and Oh No for that, and the record company as well, so thank you. Excited to peep that one out. This one I got from Amoeba. This is Lupe Fiasco, so cool. It's in a protective sleeve for now. Then you see it says original pressing here. It's not on the actual vinyl cover itself. So this was at Amoeba. It was $40. It's a pretty fair price. Super clean copy. And for some reason, Lupe's first 2 albums on vinyl go for quite a lot of money. So, I mean, more than just the standard resale prices. So, was stoked to pick that one up. Man, anything that comes out with this Freddie Gibbs and Madlib Bandana, I have to buy it. The only thing I didn't buy were the toys. They're like $400 a pop. I can't be doing that, but this is an alternate cover, and a lot of people may not know about this, so if you're watching this video and you love this album, go ahead and pick it up. This is an alternate cover of the Freddie and Madlib project, Bandana. This cover is by Tom Newell, or Newell, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but you can buy this from Bear Tree Records. This, I saw it, I was like, this is hard, it's dope, and even if it wasn't, I'd pick it up just because of this album and how great it is. But no, this is a dope little alternate cover. This is limited as well. I believe it is out of 250, and they're all signed at the bottom of the back cover by the artist. So I suggest picking this up because these will sell out when people catch on. They just haven't caught on yet. Shop Get On Down, always hooking it up. One of my favorite stores to promote, and it's just they always have great product. So we got here the Lynch Mob, Gorillas in the Mist. And as you all know, this is not a new album by any means. This is 1992. This is still when Ice Cube was on top of the world, you know, in the Predator era. But this is the Lynch Mob's group debut effort. And this is a very, very dope album, man. And Cube is all over this. It's not all over, but he's on quite a few tracks, and you can tell his influences on it. And the Lynch Mob members, you know, JD, T-Bone, Chili Chill, Shorty, etc., doing a good job on here, man. This is very dope, and this is actually for the first time on picture cover in the U.S., because there's been some international releases with the picture cover. There's also been a U.S. promo without the cover, so this is the first time in the U.S., or release from the U.S., with the picture cover. So I had to pick this one up. Thanks for hooking it up, guys. Really appreciate it. Another Amoeba pickup, Cypress Hill Black Sunday. This is the original US 1993 pressing. I was super stoked to get it. A little gatefold action here. It's a dope album, man. I remember when I first started listening to hip-hop, this is actually one of the first albums I picked up, and for some reason I wasn't a big fan of it, and it wasn't until years later where I revisited this and it hit me. You know, it's a very, very dope album, and it's not my favorite Cypress album, but it's really, really potent. The cover is just so eerie and so dark and so great. There's just a lot of great tracks on here, man. Shout out Cypress. Another one that I got from Get On Down. Although this was not pressed by Get On Down, this is pressed by Tough Kong Records, I believe. They're in Italy, but Get On Down was also just selling copies, and they hooked it up. They had an extra, so they hooked it up. This is Benny's EP or mixtape. I always forget if their stuff is EPs or mixtapes or albums. It's kind of all blurred to me, but I believe this is an EP or a mixtape, one of the two. But my first brick. Benny, man, you guys all know Griselda is really kind of killing it right now with a lot of their releases and just a lot of the moves they're making, so shout out to them. But my first brick. Next, let's go ahead and get into the 45s. So when I was talking about the professionals, which is Madlib and Oh No, I said that pre-order came with a 45. So this 7-inch record was a bonus to that. It was the Next Day single. That is the Professionals featuring Freddie Gibbs. If I'm not mistaken, this song debuted on Adult Swim. It's really dope, really dope. I got the digital copy as well from someone, so I was happy to be bumping that, but this is just hard, man. I was happy they threw this in because that's hard. Next is Czarface's Call Me. And this was actually a Black Friday release. This was a Black Friday release, and it was only exclusive to Vinyl Index. It's DJ 7L's store in Boston, and there was no way I could have made it out to Boston. I'm in California, so I asked him if he can in any way sell it to me or what he can do, and he hooked it up. So I really appreciate DJ 7L. I'm happy to have this in my collection because it would have sucked if I, obviously couldn't go out there. I mean, the copy would have popped up online anyways, but it was really good looking out. Another one. This is another 45. We got Vince Staples' So What. This is a newer single he released a few months ago. Hysterical or really funny, cool video that he had dropped. He's in a barbershop. Then there's some... Vince Staples is a Crip. And there's some bloods in the barbershop. And then they get to a confrontation. Really funny stuff. So he is rolling out something called The Vince Staples Show. And this was the first episode called So What. Dope track. He's also releasing 45s, you can see. And yeah, I was happy to buy this one. I had missed the drop on his site because I didn't know they had these, but I bought it on Discogs. I think I bought it for $25, so a little extra than what it was on his site for. Anyways, I got it. Next up here, I got two of the same thing. We got Rodney O and DJ AL. Same thing, just flipping it around. Got this single. Appreciate it. I haven't heard Rodney O, all of his catalog. I've heard some of it, but the homie hit me up and wanted to lace me, so I was like, of course. I'm excited to listen to these. Haven't popped these in yet, or haven't played these yet. Oh, another one that came to me from Get On Down. Another Benny feature. And this is by Darklow and Benny the Butcher, but Benny's on the feature here. This is another 45, and I usually don't get this many 45s or 7 inches at all. Yeah, this is like quite rare. I don't have too many 7 inches. Happens that they're all on this video. But I haven't peeped this one out. I'm gonna peep it out pretty soon. And yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, it says from the album American Made, because I haven't really heard any of Darklow's stuff unless he's on some features. He's just not really ringing a bell. But I'm excited to peep this. As you know, Griselda's just been killing it lately. Next, we're gonna get into. I just have one tape here. This I got from Amoeba, and I got it for, let's see, $2.99. This is 783, Cool in Cali, and a lot of people may not know, but 783 was DJ Muggs' group before Cypress Hill. So you can see DJ Muggs right here in the cover, in the shades, along with the other group members. And this is an album I'm actually still waiting to find. The chicks in the background, so funny. This is another album that I'm looking to find on CD first, and I'm actually looking to find it on LP first. I only got the singles, so I've only heard the singles now. But I'm pretty much a stickler, like, and I don't know if I've alluded to this in other videos or just on Instagram or whatever, but I don't listen to it unless I own it. So I'm pretty patient, and it's a little tedious too, so I have not heard the 783 album, although I really want to. Just when I find the CD or the vinyl, that's when I'm going to pop it and listen to it. I have the tape, but the tapes I used to play more, but now they're a little more of a novelty piece and a little more for the collection research purposes. It's usually the CD or the vinyl where I'll go and take a spin on it. But excited to peep this one out. I'm sure I'll find it soon. So, a Discogs purchase here. This is Westside Gunn. Hitler Wears Hermes 7. This is a mixtape. This, I missed the drop. He usually posts his stuff on Instagram and says, you know, link in bio or go here and buy and it'll sell out, you know, pretty quickly. This one I missed. I never saw the post, but I got it on Discogs for $30, which that was pretty decent because usually their stuff resells for over $40 or $50 for CDs at least, and it came with the signature. Pick that one up. It's a pretty cool mixtape. So this is funny because this is if you recall in my one of my last videos, I had said that I had ordered Twista Adrenaline Rush, his debut, or not his debut, sorry, just his studio album Adrenaline Rush, the first one. And both times I ordered, I got Adrenaline Rush 2007. This time, I actually got Adrenaline Rush, and I was stoked to finally get this CD. It's like, come on, man, like, just ship the right stuff that you're advertising here. Dude, this album is so good. I've been bumping it nonstop for the past month, and it's just so good, and Twista's not really brought up in a lot of conversations, really ever, and this album especially, it just shows how talented he is, along with tracks are just killing it on production, man. It's just so excellent. I highly advise anyone to really listen to this. I got this for $4 on Discogs. I actually bought 2 other CDs with this, which I'm going to pull up right now, but Adrenaline Rush is just crazy, man. The other CD that I picked up for $4 from that same seller on Discogs, also Twista. Twista and the Speed Now Mobsters, who they're also on Adrenaline Rush as well, on a song or two. But this one, Mob Stability, I just got it along with this. This is, like I said, I got this in November, like December. So this one I haven't popped in yet. So I'm excited to pop this one in pretty soon. That was $4 off Discogs. And lastly, from the same seller on Discogs, as I said, I'm on that T.I. journey. I'm getting ready to listen to everything. And Urban Legend is up next. Even though I've heard that, 15 years ago or however long ago it was. Now we got King. And this one I picked up because it's not just the generic US copy, it's actually the US deluxe edition. So here it has the standard CD with the 18 tracks, but it also has a bonus DVD. Boom. So I saw that from the same seller. I was like, you know what? And usually, as you guys can tell now, I usually buy a lot of things from the same people. I just try and maximize on the shipping costs, and always I try and bargain with them. So these are ways that I get a lot of stuff for cheaper because I'm always bargaining and I'm always trying to build trust with those same sellers, etc. So I got that for $5. Lastly, another Discogs purchase. So these are things that I'll say, I guess, can somehow separate me from other collectors or whatever, is I try and buy things from every release in terms of kind of also the more obscure or things that aren't seen as often. So here I also have 2 album samplers that I bought from the same seller. Not from the seller that I bought the Twista and the T.I. from. But this is a different Discogs seller I bought 2 samplers from. First is a Vinnie Paz album sampler. This is Season of the Assassin. I haven't seen this ever in person, so I saw that for $8. Picked it up online. That's a pretty dope album, man. I was bumping this one a lot when it dropped. It was 2009 or 2010. I'm drawing a blank here. I believe it's 2010. So this was a dope one. Season of the Assassin. This was his first solo album. This is after Jedi Mind Tricks and all that. This is his first solo album. And this might be my second favorite solo from him. Next, I got this one for $10, and honestly, I wouldn't have spent this much money on this. $10 isn't too much, but I wouldn't have spent too much money on this. Only did because it's Corrupt. And I'm saying that because Corruption is not, in my opinion, it's not a great album at all. It's okay. It's just like they have the West Coast CD and they have the East Coast CD, and I think the West Coast CD is better. Just the East Coast CD, it's filled with a bunch of artists who I have no idea who they are for the most part. Like, I obviously know Noriega, I know Buckshot, but it's just a lot of artists who are just not on the same caliber as Corrupt, and the production is not as to my liking. But the West CD is just like, you got Seawalk on there, you got just the other crazy songs, We Can Freak It, etc. But as when double CDs were kind of, this is like that late 90s era where double CDs were just coming out. We had All Eyes on Me in 96, we had Life After Death 97, Wu-Tang Forever 97, we get this in 98, and we're just getting more and more and more. We get the Bone Thugs Art of Wars. So I wasn't a big fan because it was usually a little more quantity over quality, typically. So Corrupt, one of my favorite rappers, he's just so excellent. I had to pick it up anyways, but Corrupt, man. Anyways, those are my pickups. These were, like I said, from around Black Friday-ish to somewhere in December. I need to catch up with all my stuff. I've got like 3 more videos piled up, so I'm going to go ahead and get into that. But appreciate y'all. Drop what you think on this series and what you'd like me to modify, improve, whatever. Amir Rahimi, Collector's Corner, Rappin' and Snackin'. Appreciate it.